Welcome everybody back to Boost Informants, guys, and today we're going to be doing a deep cleaning on my OEM wheels, but you can apply this to almost any wheel on any make and model vehicle. We're going to be using a cleaning product to remove all the brake dust. We're going to use a scrubber to get some of the inner wheel well, and then we're going to shine up the tires with these 3 different products that I use and different methods on how to clean these wheels. So guys, let's jump into the video. Welcome everybody back to Boost Informants. You guys have a good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Shout out to everybody, much love. I really appreciate guys for all your support with this small channel that I'm continuing to grow. But yes guys, take a look at my wheel. It is so much brake dust and I never really ever give it a deep cleaning. But we're going to be using 2 different products here, but I'm going to put a list below. First product is going to be from SONAX. My friend recommended me this for about a year ago and I've been using it ever since then, and it really breaks up a lot of that brake dust. We're also going to use Cover All tire dressing. I usually use this after I wash the car. You spray the tires and it gives it a nice shine around it, no sling, and it just stays shiny for quite a long time. I'm talking about maybe almost 2 weeks, depending on if it rains. And then I'm going to be trying this new tire product. It's supposed to be used for the inner wheel well to get rid of all the brake dust between there. So today will be a new product, and I'm going to put a list to all these products here. I think I even have a product list for this little thing I bought too. I bought it some time ago from Amazon, and I kept it for almost 2-3 years now. So you start off with the wheel cleaner. Make sure you didn't drive the car or anything like that, because if you drive in the car and this product gets hot, it gives off the chemical steam, and you don't want to breathe that stuff in. So make sure you apply it to a cool tire, cool wheel, and cool rotors, all right? Now, this is a little bit more on the expensive side, guys, but it really does work. Now, you try to get it in those deeper areas, especially depending on your spokes. You try to get it between there. I usually start like this. Now just the spokes I don't really care too much about though, like these spokes from the middle on, because the thing is, depending on how you clean your wheels, you'll be able to get to it with that. But this, you really want to put this in those areas where the brake dust goes that you really can't get to. Now I don't know if the video is picking it up really well, but the wheel is now purple. So usually when it's breaking up a lot of brake dust, the fluid starts to turn purple, and that's to let you know that the chemical is actually working. Now it's been on here for about, I would say about 3 or 4 minutes now. So what we're gonna do next is, well, guess what? Remember, we got a 2-bucket solution. We have the soapy side and we have the freshwater side. I'm gonna start with the soapy side first, and I'm gonna try out this. My friend, shout out to my boy. He said, try this out, because I tried different versions of these before. And the thing about it is, this is the other version. It gets too wet in it. See how all the dirt stuff sticks to it, and you can't get it out. You have to like wash it. This is more of a plastic material. So we're gonna see if he's telling me the truth. And also, depending on how big your wheel is, you want to be able to stick it in there and actually get inside and clean behind the wheel. Okay, shout out to my boy Fuller. This is actually pretty good. Wow. Okay, my guy. Okay. And it's long enough too, so that you don't have to stick your hand in there and hurt yourself. Now I wonder how long this will last, but I know my boy had his for a couple of years. Okay, shout out to my boy on that one. This is actually a really good product. All right, now let me apply it to the rest of the wheels. Now for the next thing that we're gonna have to do, because now I got all 4 wheels, they're now fully set it up. Now I'm gonna take some fresh water and I'm gonna just wash the wheels by hand. Now I don't have a high pressure wash or anything like that. Now I'm just gonna do it by hand, just with fresh water, so I can start getting to some of those areas. Now this is the part that I always kind of hate about cleaning wheels, because it's like I want to make it as touchless as possible, but we know that's just not something that we can actually do. For you to get in some of these nitty-gritty spots, you're gonna have to get your hands a little wet. Now if you had a pressure washer, or you use enough chemical, you could just pressure wash it and most of the dirt would just melt away. I think most of us like that idea of it, but then some people like to be meticulous and do as much as they can do. So right now, I'm just agitating it with fresh water here. And then after the fresh water on all 4 wheels, then I'm gonna give it a better wash. I'm gonna use a bucket and start going over it a little bit better, right? And I might give it a second wash too, to be honest with y'all. I'm probably just gonna give it a second wash because this is mainly just the first layer, and then the second layer is just mostly be just some soap rubbing on it, and then from then on we'll see what we'll do next. But right now, this is where I'm at right now. Let me just quickly do all 4 wheels. All right, now I washed all the wheels with that one layer. This is my once over. Now if you take a better look, I know it's not the best. There's still some areas that I've missed, and I'm gonna go back with a second wash. I'm gonna get some more fresh water, some more soap, and do the wash this time by hand, so I can scrub off whatever was left. And you can see that the chemical did the best it could do in some areas, but because I didn't agitate it enough, there was still a little bit of light hazing. Now the wheel well itself looks a little bit better, but still not that good enough. So we're gonna try this one more time and see how it turns out, but we're gonna give this a second time because all that brake dust has been there since I bought the car almost 2 years ago. So I don't think just one over with just soap and water is enough. So we'll do a second round and we'll see where we end up at. So what also made this so much more effortless this time, with this brush, I also use it to get some of these areas here, but then also I just hit it with the good old, just to get it all wet, all clean. So now I'm gonna go empty this bucket and we're just gonna do a freshwater wash because I scrubbed as much as I can in the wheel well the second time around and I hit the face with it. So now I'm just gonna hit it with the fresh water, and that's what we're gonna do next. All right guys, so now we're gonna do the fresh water. Now I want to ask you guys a question before I do this, because right now this is a waste, right? Just pouring all of this water here. But so I've noticed that I can use, let's say, like a portable pressure washer, not one that's a gas, or it's like an electric one, and it'll have like a siphon I could put in the water and just spray it that way. Maybe that's something I will consider doing in the future, or maybe a handheld pump one, but probably the electric one is better. Maybe they make a Roby, because I have so much Roby tools and I have all the packs. Maybe they make a portable one with like a siphon that I could just use it and spray it just for the bucket. But maybe I'll look into that a little later because I don't wash my wheels that often. All right, so I'm gonna do that to the rest of the wheels, and then go back and wipe it by hand, wipe them dry, and then I'll show you guys the outcome. All right, so this is where we're at now. Take a look. So I wiped it down the best way that I can. Let me take the camera off so you guys can take a better look. Now remember, this brake dust has been on this wheel since I got the car with about 13,000 miles on it. We're now at about almost 23,000 miles, 10,000 miles more. I say cheaper. Also, I only use some of that wheel cleaner maybe once every 6 weeks to 2 months. So I'll spray it and I'll just go to the car wash and tell them to high pressure wash it. That's it. There'll be no agitation, nothing like that. So right now where we're at, this is how clean I got it. Now some areas, of course, you know, you have to wipe down and get some areas the best way we can, but right here is not that bad. For the areas where the brake dust will collect, and here, it's just hard to get to. See? Hard to get to. So I would have to use a smaller scrubber to get behind there. This is for the people who are very anal. I'm not as anal as people think I am. I'm really not. I just want it to be cleanish. That's it. Because I know this plate is always gonna, the brake dust is always gonna come here and collect. Now let's talk about the wheel well. The wheel well, remember that probably was never clean. They looked dusty, way dusty when I first got the car at 13,000 miles. Now I'm at 23. Let's see where it is now. A little bit of brake dust. A little bit of, well, that's some of the brake dust I had already. Let's pick a different area. Nah, not too bad. Not too bad. But it would take multiple cleanings, and the best way to clean this fully, to be honest with y'all, is to take off the wheel and do an actual proper cleaning. That's the only way to get this fully clean. But to do it on a car, it's a lot of work, and you have to be very meticulous. Pressure washer, different brushes, different wipes, different cleaners, and if you have the time and space, do it. This is why I don't really clean wheels and tires that often. I just clean. I would rather be way more meticulous for the interior than the wheels, just because the wheels is a lot of work that goes into it. That's why I don't wash the car by hand either. Some of you guys use the different products to get the paint and keep it good. People tell me, hey, listen, you park your 7 on the street? Yeah, because it's a freaking 7. I don't care. That's what insurance is for. That's it. I'm not going to kill myself about it. But I did want to make a short video on just how to see how good these products are, how they work together, and if I would like the brush. And to be honest, I do like the brush. So the brush is going to definitely stay within, it's definitely going to stay in my groups whenever I would want to clean the wheels. And this is probably something I'm going to do a little bit more often, because the wheel look is just as clean as when I first got it. It was just this clean. So I'm happy about the product. It's relatively cheap. So I'll put a link below to any of those 3 products you guys want to use. Oh, also, I have to go to this next part of the video because I'm gonna go to the car wash, and then I'm gonna put on the coverall so you can see how shiny the wheels look. So anyways, let's jump to that part right now. I know you guys are already mad because like I said, I'm gonna take it to the car wash, and then no brush, just go through the car wash and do the exterior on it. And then after that, I got a couple errands, and yeah, I'm gonna show you guys what the tire wet looks like when I apply it, and you guys will take a look. I'll turn that off. Yep, I definitely like green. All right, so we got the car wash. All right, so we're gonna apply the coverall real quick after I just got the car wash. Now, quick directions: shake well before use, which you did. Apply to pre-clean tires. Hold on upright spray and spray about 6 inches from tire in a circular, steady sweeping motion to achieve a deeper and long-lasting waterproof shine. Let sit for 20 minutes before driving. For best results, spray on and walk away. No wiping required. All right, so let me quickly do it to the car, and you guys are going to tell the difference. I want you guys to also see my tire before I spray it too. See, all dry. All right, quickly do it. Circular motion. I'm only gonna apply 1 layer. That's it. You could do 2 layers if you want, but you only need like 1 layer with this. And you know how most tire wet, you apply it, right? And then, you know, it dries up like literally maybe what, 10, 20 minutes later. So I have to go run a quick errand real quick, and we'll see how it looks like in the next about an hour. All right, everybody. So it's been about 2 hours since I put it on, and I already drove the car probably 5 miles, and this is how it looks like already. And the thing about it is, I wish I could do update videos as it goes, but it'll look like this for at least maybe another week, depending on if it rains or how much I drive, depending on what I'm driving. But this is how shiny it's gonna look like. Take a look. Yep, it's definitely look that I like. So I'll put a link below to the different products that I used. It's just a short video on how I clean my wheel, and you guys could let me know what I did wrong, because I know you guys will. But other than that, guys, I appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Thank you.